How can I help my mom lose 10 to 20 pounds with her active lifestyle, but most importantly, help her avoid injuries and stay in shape enough to excel at her jobs? She's 59 years old and works 2 janitorial jobs. She has access to a full gym, but prefers to run. 10 to 20 pounds with a good, solid program isn't that much. There doesn't have to be a lot of changes, but the changes have to come on the nutrition side, and that's going to be a discussion you're going to have. I remember John Berardi a few years ago sharing this minimalist program. Of course, the young lady he worked with had never been on a diet or exercise program ever, so he was able to do some really very simple things. And I believe in 6 weeks she lost 10 or 12 pounds almost magically, okay? But what I know with the plus 50 female is that strength training is the biggest bang for the buck. Any kind of hinge, like a deadlift, any kind of press, but hinge or squat and then press. Those would be the big ones. When I first came online, I met these women who had all lost 100 pounds and 45 kilos. And one thing over and over they said is when they focused on squats or deadlifts and presses, the magic happened. And I thought, later on I looked at what they were saying and was like, well, basically what they said is if you focus on your glutes and these muscles of the upper body, good things happen. I would love it if we get her to do some kind of, squat or deadlift and press. And if we can just get her to hang from the bar and maybe one day try to push her towards a pull-up or two. And that's great. And you say she loves to run. So if we only got her to do the 2 days a week of lifting and let her run all she wants, that might be a big one. For my successful clients, females, one of the things that they almost always comes up, and I've now listened for it, so I hear it more, is what made a difference, they will say, is I gave up X. I don't know what X is in your mom's case, Chris, but in one client's case, she gave up wine. She loved wine, but she was finding herself, drinking the bulk of a bottle of wine every night. And that's a fair amount of calories. And I'm not saying wine made her fat. She not even a little bit. But giving up wine allowed her, well, she said, I gave up wine unless I felt like it. And I thought that was kind of funny. But what I'm trying to get across is everybody needs to have that thing that they give up. And I think it really makes a difference. If she just has to have that thing, and it could be a comfort food, and that's very common, that's something that really helps a lot of women. And that's something you guys are going to have to target on your own. But from there, we do have to, at some level, we got to cut calories. Whether it's something as simple as intermittent fasting, you shrink the window of eating down to about maybe 8 hours a day. So if she eats from 10, brunch at 10 and finishes dinner by 6, maybe that'll help. Where you're basically not eating 16 hours a day and allowing your body to do its jobs. That seems to help a lot of people. I wish I knew just a little bit more about your mom, because it's an important thing. If she wants to eat 6 times a day, that's going to be much more difficult to lock down than if she decides to eat twice a day, with meals with lots of protein and vegetables, and of course, drink your water. I'd like to know how this goes. In fact, I kind of think it's kind of cool that you're concerned about your mom. That's kind of really cool. It's going to be on the nutritional side, and maybe some lifting. But let's just do the hands again. It's going to be sleep, some kind of caloric deprivation, giving up the X, changing the vision of what you eat at meals. And then number 3, it's going to be some kind of strength training that focuses on the butt and the press. The running will be a nice supplement.